You could say this forgotten IV was the straw that broke the camel's back in a bad day that only got worse after Maria Martinez says she was hit by a car while working in this Aloha Costco parking lot nearly a year ago.
He hit me, fall down like in this, and after that, I don't remember anything.
Martinez says she ended up in an ambulance and was taken to the Hillsboro Medical Center. Once she was there, Martinez told us she was left on a hospital bed in the emergency department's back hallway for hours, in pain, needing to use the restroom, and with her pants and underwear left down below her knees.
With my pen right here with all blanket, all my intimate, it was show.
Martinez says she was eventually given an x-ray, which thankfully revealed no broken bones. Then, still heavily under the influence of pain medication, she says she was asked by a nurse to sign discharge papers and pointed toward the exit.
The only day she say, this is for get out of the hospital. And this is the door. I say, somebody will take care of me? No, I told you, this is the door.
With her husband abroad on a trip in Mexico, Martinez says she didn't have anyone to pick her up, so her husband ordered her an Uber to return home, where Martinez says she was then met with another surprise.
I go to my bathroom right here, and I try to taking off all my clothes because the pain it wasn't. When I tried to taking off my blouse, I saw the tube. I say, "Oh my God, what did I need to do now?"
Martinez says hospital staff did later send her a cab to bring her back, but she wasn't ready to go when the driver arrived and she missed the ride. What Martinez says she ended up doing was pulling the IV out herself, using her teeth while on the phone with one of the hospital's doctors who gave her removal instructions.
In that moment, I start crying and crying and crying.
Martinez says she's not sure whether her experience is just a case of a bad day in the hospital or par for the course. Either way, her story does speak to a bigger question. How are patients overall faring these days when we often hear so much about hospital overcrowding and chronic staffing shortages in the medical field? Health experts say it's a major problem in Oregon, one that existed before the pandemic and became a full-blown crisis even after COVID-19 cases receded, now prompting lawmakers to consider a new bill that would add stricter hospital staffing requirements in Oregon and come with stiffer penalties for breaking the rules. It comes as an Oregon Health Authority report published in October found more than 80% of Oregon hospitals were granted special waivers from OHA, allowing them to skirt some aspects of state rules regarding staffing levels. And a survey put out this winter by the Oregon Nursing Association found fewer than 1% of respondents said their nursing units were adequately staffed. When it comes to the Hillsboro Medical Center, we wanted to know what the hospital had to say about what happened to Martinez. But a hospital spokesman told us privacy laws prohibited the sharing of information about patient care. The hospital also didn't answer our questions regarding discharge protocols and staffing levels that day, but Martinez did share with Fox 12 emails and letters showing months of correspondence between herself and the hospital administrators regarding her treatment. One letter from the hospital's president apologized to Martinez in November, including, quote, "We understand clearly that our care did not meet your expectations regarding personal privacy while care was delivered, pain control, and discharge with your IV in place." The letter further assures that an investigation into the matter was completed, and the president wrote in part, quote, "I have been advised that all of the emergency department rooms were occupied at your time of arrival. Our staff at Hillsboro Medical Center, like at most hospitals in Oregon and in the U.S., continue to work very hard to provide necessary and appropriate care while experiencing a very high number of emergency room patients, often resulting in patients in emergency room hallways or long wait times." The letter also said, quote, "We have reminded staff about removal of patient IVs." State records also reveal the hospital faced other staffing troubles as recently as November. A, quote, nurse staffing report sent by OHA to the Hillsboro Medical Center says an investigation stemmed from a staffing complaint about the hospital, with OHA investigators finding one or more violations of Oregon's administrative rules for nurse staffing services. More specifically, that the hospital failed to implement a hospital-wide nurse staffing plan, and that OHA previously cited the hospital for a non-compliance of this rule in a complaint investigation initiated back in 2019.
So everybody saw me. They No care.
Now, nearly a year later, Martinez says she's going to physical therapy for her back pain and hoping to soon return to her job. One place she says she'll never go again is the Hillsboro Medical Center.
I no recommend nobody to go there. It was big trauma for me.
Kendra Kent, Fox 12, Oregon.